Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 14th of July, 2018. Essence. Sweet children, in order to claim your inheritance of liberation in life from the Father, become free from all the bondages of Maya. Only those who are liberated in life here can claim the status of liberation in life there. Question. How is the seed of this knowledge imperishable? Answer. The Sun and Moon dynasty kingdoms are established through this knowledge. The kingdom is very big. Even though souls who have taken knowledge might leave the path of knowledge in the middle, they still come back at the end, because they too have to come into the kingdom. Those who have had even the slightest seed of knowledge sown in them will come. They cannot go anywhere else. This aspect proves knowledge to be imperishable. Song. No one is unique like the innocent Lord. Om Shanti. You children are now sitting in front of the innocent Lord, Praneshwar, the bestower of life, and you know very well that you are once again receiving your inheritance of heaven from the unlimited Master, the innocent Lord. Your intellects go there. Truly, you go back to the Father's home with the Father. The Father has come to collect you, just as a bridegroom comes to collect his bride. The one bridegroom comes and makes all the brides beautiful. His name is the Purifier. However, children forget the Father. It is in the drama for them to forget. The Father comes and explains all the secrets to you. The status of you lucky stars is even higher than that of the Father. Just as the Father is the Master of Brahman, in the same way, you too are Masters of Brahman. You used to reside with me, your Father. Then you children definitely had to play your parts. You know that you have come to Trilokinath, Master of the three worlds, in order to become the Vaikunaths, Lords of Paradise. The Father says, children, at this time you are the Masters of the three worlds, and I am also the Master of the three worlds. Then, when the Golden Age comes, you become the Masters of it. I don't become that. I come to liberate you souls from the sorrow of Ravan. You have received a lot of sorrow from Ravan. You children have understood the drama. It doesn't have 4 ages, it has 5 ages. The 4 ages are long ages, whereas the confluence age is a leap age. You children should be aware of this knowledge, because you have become the children of the ocean of knowledge. He is praised on the path of devotion. You are the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of peace. This cannot be the praise of the Lords of Paradise. They are said to be full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full. There is no one like that in this Iron Age, and so surely someone must have come and made them like that. Therefore, only you become the Masters of Heaven. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, who are the deities of the subtle region, are also shown with partners in order to depict the family path. So heaven also exists here. From the Brahmin clan, you will go into the deity clan, and then into the warrior clan. Sensible children pay very good attention to their studies. On the path of ignorance, when they have a son, they believe that an heir has come. You too say, Mama, Baba, and so you are heirs. Gandhiji was called Babuji. In fact, in Bharat, they call many mother and father. People call an elderly person Pitaji, father. They say that just for the sake of saying it. This one is the Bapuji of all anyway. The Father is Praneshwar, that is, God of all souls. When you say Father, your hearts experience the happiness of the inheritance, and you have that feeling. The feeling that you children have is also number-wise, according to your efforts. Truly, the unlimited Father comes and teaches you Raja Yoga. Brahma, Vishnu and Sakar cannot teach Raja Yoga. God speaks. Deities are human beings with divine virtues. Praneshwar means God the Father. In Bharat they speak of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Supreme God the Father, and so your intellects go up above, because you know that the Father resides up above. You children now understand that you too are residents of that place. We are now sitting personally in front of that Praneshwar. The Father personally reminds you, and therefore have the faith that you are not sitting in front of a sage or great soul, but truly in front of the Mother and Father. Why do you belong to him? In order to claim your inheritance for your future 21 births from the Mother and Father. If you don't have faith, why are you sitting here? There has to be a reason. No one without recognition can sit in front of someone. In the world, people recognize one another. This one is a sannyasi, this one is a governor. Here, this Father is incognito, but you understand that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is a resident of the Supreme Abode. Then the question of omnipresence doesn't arise. Souls remember, O God the Father. If they themselves are God, why do they call out? This is something that needs little understanding. However, Maya makes you such that you don't understand at all. One can't trust what people say. Maya makes the intellects doubtful. They call out, O God the Father, and then they say that they are the Father. So why do they call out? Only a child would say Father. You only have to remember one. You are now sitting in front of the Father in person. You know that you now belong to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. You are claiming the inheritance from him. You will now not forget him. The Father says, children, become bodiless, become pure. I have come to take you back. People sing in front of the deities, I am without virtue, I have no virtues. They sing praise of the deities. They consider themselves to be degraded sinners. The world was definitely completely viceless at the beginning. That was called heaven, Shivalaya. It was heaven established by Shiv Baba. The people of Bharat know that heaven exists, but they have forgotten that Bharat was heaven, and that the original eternal deities used to rule there. When someone dies, people say that he has gone to heaven. Heaven exists in the Golden Age. It cannot exist in the Iron Age. When people print in the papers that someone has gone to heaven, ask them where heaven is. They believe that that person went to God in the Supreme Abode, and that is heaven. Or they say that he has gone to the land of Nirvana, or that he has merged into the light. There is so much difference in the terms they use. That is called the great element of Brahm. This is the element of the sky. This cannot be called the great element. That is the great element of Brahman, where we souls reside, egg-shaped. The Father too resides there. That is called the supreme abode. However, no one can merge into the element of Brahm. Many points are explained to you, children, because you are sitting in front of the Father. Devotees continue to look for God. You know who does the most devotion on the path of devotion. Definitely those who are worthy of worship at the beginning then became the first worshippers, devotees. Only you children know this. It is sung, you are worthy of worship and you are worshippers. However, those people think that God the Father himself becomes worthy of worship and a worshipper. That is wrong. The Father comes and makes you children worthy of elevated praise. However, not everyone will receive the liberation in life of heaven. Liberation in life will be received when you become free from the bondages of Maya. Liberation in life means to be free from the bondages of Maya. It isn't that everyone will come in the golden age. Only those who study Raja Yoga will come in the golden age. On the path of knowledge, you have to become free from so many bondages. Meera didn't have that many bondages. She simply used to say that she wanted to meet Krishna and would therefore remain pure. You have to go to the land of Krishna. Meera was one of the main important devotees. You are part of the Rosary of Victory, which is the most elevated and worshipped. A rosary of devotees is not worshipped. The rosary of those who make Bharat into heaven is worshipped. Devotees worship the rosary of you children. First of all, there is a rosary of Rudra, and then it becomes the rosary of Vishnu. No one knows who the rosary represents. They simply continue to turn its beads. You will now no longer turn the beads of the rosary of devotees. Devotees turn the beads of the rosary of you children. You know that your rosary of victory is being created. Then we ourselves will become worshippers and turn the beads of a rosary. You rule the kingdom, and you will then become the first ones to turn the beads of a rosary. Others will learn devotion from you. You make the world into heaven. The Father is teaching you Raja Yoga, and it is named the Gita. There has to be a name for a religious scripture. Although the knowledge disappears, the scriptures will be created. They have made it into a scripture and called it Srimad Bhagavad Gita. They wrote the Gita for the path of devotion. That Gita is not for the path of knowledge. They relate so many different types of Gita. They never say, I am teaching you Raja Yoga. They would say, God departed having taught Raja Yoga. Then they sit and study the scripture of that. We are now listening to that same Gita from God in person and becoming the masters of heaven. The Father says, I only come once to teach you children Raja Yoga and to make you into kings of kings. Until the bestower of salvation comes, there will definitely continue to be praise of the path of devotion. Those who came in the previous cycle will come and listen to this again. Many are yet to become this. The Sun and Moon dynasty kingdoms are being established, and therefore very many people will come. This is why knowledge is never destroyed. Wealthy subjects, ordinary subjects, maids and servants are all needed. Such a big kingdom is being established. People don't know how the Golden Aged Kingdom is established. If they were to know this, they would tell you about it. They have forgotten the Father. Instead of writing Incorporeal God Shiva Speaks, they have written God Krishna Speaks. Immediately after Shiva Jayanti, there is Krishna Jayanti. Krishna is the Lord of Paradise. This one sits here and makes you into Lords of Paradise. They have then shown Krishna in the Copper Age. The thread of knowledge of Bharat is so entangled. You now have to imbibe this very well and become knowledgeful. You have to see with how many marks you pass. If you pass now, you will pass every cycle. You have to study while living at home with your family. Nowhere else do old men and women, husband and wife, daughter-in-law, etc., all study together. They don't even study the scriptures like that. They tell women that they mustn't study the scriptures. Only men become pundits. Here, just see who is studying. It is a wonder of the variety of old women who come here. While living at home, you have to remain as pure as a lotus and study Raja Yoga. You have to become godfatherly students. This is called the Godly College of the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. God is teaching through Brahma. Brahma didn't emerge from the navel of Vishnu. It would be said to be the navel of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Shiv Baba is the seed. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar emerged from him. The meaning of all three are different. You children now understand that Vishnu is always shown with Lakshmi. There is the Narayan temple, ordinary human and Narayan, and so they have also made him four-armed. If they have Narayan, Lakshmi would surely also be with him. Nar, male, becomes Narayan, and Nari, woman, becomes Lakshmi. They show Narayan with four arms. They should show Narayan and Lakshmi separately with 2 arms each. Such an accurate temple should be built. However, people don't understand anything from the Narayan temple. Together with Narayan, they also show Lakshmi. Mahalakshmi is worshipped at Deepmala, Festival of Lights. Mothers are praised so much. There is great praise of Jagadamba. Amba is very sweet because she is a Kumari. This one is a half Kumar. There is a lot of praise of Kumaris in Bharat. However, they don't know the importance of that. Jagadamba is praised a lot. The Father isn't praised as much. The Father has come and uplifted the mothers, and so you should become courageous. One has to be courageous to ride a lion. There will be assaults, but now that you belong to the Father, you mustn't let go of your religion, no matter what happens. Become pure and definitely claim a high status. Meera also became pure. The Father tells you, Kumaris, say that you want to become pure and the masters of paradise. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharna. 1. In order to become true heirs, you have to become sensible. Imbibe the study very well and become knowledgeable. Become praiseworthy like the Father. 2. In order to become the most elevated in the rosary of victory, continue to cut away the bondage of Maya. Become very, very brave and courageous, and definitely become pure. Blessing. May you be one with an elevated character and remain constantly powerful by finishing the burden of being disobedient in small ways. You have the order to wake up at Amrit Vela, and so you get up and sit down. However, you are unable to achieve success with that method because the silence of sleep becomes mixed with that sweet silence. 2. The Father's order is, do not cause sorrow for any soul and do not take any sorrow. So you do not cause sorrow, but you do take sorrow. 3. You do not get angry, but you do become bossy. Being disobedient in such small ways makes your mind heavy. Now finish this and make your image of being one who is obedient. You will then be said to be a constantly powerful soul with an elevated character. Slogan. Instead of asking for regard, give everyone regard, and you will continue to receive regard from everyone. Om Shanti.